So, in the methodology, she explains the data that she collected. She took a a qualitative approach to her research method. Um, it seemed at first like she was going to take a mixed method approach because she mentions in here that that the data she collected was from teacher created student surveys, classroom observation, and assessments. However, she never does discuss the student assessments, like how their performance was during or after her interventions or before her interventions. So the study ended up being more of a qualitative research method. What she did was she had students complete a survey, which is available, a copy of it is available in the appendix, where she had them rate their attitudes about certain math concepts and their math abilities. She did that initially for baseline data before her intervention, and then her intervention consisted of lessons on growth mindset that she would give for 20 minutes of a 42-minute course. She would do it one time at the beginning of each week. Um, After the baseline data was collected, she would have the students complete the same survey again every 2 weeks. So after two of the lessons were given to them on the growth mindset. And the lessons taught the students about the effects about how learning affects the brain and how the brain grows when receiving new information. Um, and the sample, as described before, it was a total of 22 eighth grade students that are taking her algebra support class. It was 12 males and 10 females. Some of the materials that she used were obviously the student surveys, and then she mentioned that she used her classroom observations. I think she mentioned she had written it down, so I would say like an observation journal. And she said that she used Google Slides to give the growth mindset lessons. So she used technology for that. And then when she shows the data, she uses bar graphs. So she obviously used either, I don't know if she used Microsoft or Google Docs, but she used technology to be able to represent the information in this way. And so her analysis of the information, as mentioned before, she doesn't end up discussing the assessments at all. Instead, she only talks about the students' surveys and the teacher observation of the students. She found that from the beginning of the project until the end, the students did show a shift from a fixed mindset to a growth mindset. Um, she said that the most valuable thing that she thought came from her study was the use of the lessons, because she was able to see through her observations students' use of the skills that that they were being taught. They would make comments even if they were sarcastic, but that helped build a safe learning environment for the students because even though they were joking, they were still utilizing the skills that she was teaching them, and it made it more of a natural learning environment for them. So overall, she was satisfied with her research, uh, the way she structured her research and how the method that or model that she developed for providing this intervention. And she said that she's going to continue to use it because it had a positive outcome in terms of how the students were feeling about um, the challenges that they face in mathematics. Here are a couple of the examples that she witnessed. She said she would hear students say, "I can't do this yet." So you start seeing the shift in the language that they use. And great job, you worked hard on that. Um, she did say that one thing she would change is the consistency of the surveys. She felt that maybe they were being given too soon. Instead, in the future, she would space out how often she gave the surveys so that they weren't so close to. one another. She felt that maybe the students were being influenced by their previous responses or by the fact that they had recently had their growth mindset lessons. So she said she would space it out by like months in between just to see if that growth is continually moving on the spectrum. Um, I think overall she did a good job in measuring that change of mindset and that it does have the potential of influencing the students' performance as well in classroom, like academically. But this seemed more like a qualitative study since it was based on most of the data that was actually analyzed was based on the observations and students' report of their sentiments towards the material that they learned. So thank you for watching all my videos. Sorry they were so long. I just have such a hard time recording myself. Thanks again.